Who is Humashah Sultan? How did Safiye Sultan's daughter die? What does the name Humash mean? Who is Humashah Sultan? The life of Humashah Sultan. Humashah Sultan was born around 1570 and was the eldest and most beloved daughter of the Ottoman Sultan Murad, beloved concubine Safiye Sultan. According to some reports, Humashah had more than 50 brothers and sisters, many of whom died in infancy or childhood. In December 1574, Humashah Ayshe's grandfather, Sultan Selim II, died, and the girl, along with her father's harem, was transported to the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. At the insistence of her mother, Ayshe received a good education. In May 1586, Ayshe married the Serbian Damat Ibrahim Pasha, who then became Grand Vizier 3 times. The wedding celebrations were very lavish and lasted for several days. Shortly after the wedding, Ayshe moved into her own palace, but often visited her parents in Topkapi. In 1595, Ayshe's father died and the eldest of her brothers, Mehmed II, ascended the throne. Besides Mehmed, 19 other sons of Murad II were still alive at that time, and all of them were executed by the new sultan. With the accession of Mehmed Safiye to the throne, the sultan gained enormous power. Ayshe was supported by her mother, but she did not show much interest in politics. At Safiye's request, Ayshe's husband was appointed Grand Vizier in 1596. He remained in this post until October 1596, but in December he became Grand Vizier again. Ibrahim was last appointed to the main post of the state in January 1599, and on July 10, 1601, he died in a military camp near Belgrade. Ayshe was left a childless widow. Shortly after the death of her husband, Ayshe remarried. The new Grand Vizier, Humashah Hassan Pasha, became her chosen one. In his marriage with Hassan Pasha in 1603, the only child Ayshe was born. In October 1603, Humashah Hassan Pasha was executed. Soon after, Ayshe married Ghazalya Mahmud Pasha. The marriage was childless. What does Humashah mean? What is the meaning of the name Humash? The name Humashah is of Persian origin and means, the state bird, the bird of fortune, which is believed to bring happiness to the one on whom it is entrusted, and happiness and bliss. Humashah Ayshe Sultan was her father's favorite daughter. There are 2 reasons for this. Her mother is Safiye Sultan, and the second is that she is the first daughter of Murad II. In 1595, his father died, and his brother Mehmed inherited the throne. Ayshe Sultan was very lucky because she was not executed, as she was not the heir to the throne. Translate this text into English so that people from the USA understand it. How did Humashah Sultan die? Humashah died before her mother on May 15, 1605, at the age of 35. The Sultana died in her own palace in Istanbul and was buried in the turban of Mehmed's brother in the Hagia Sophia Mosque. Ayshe Sultan was known for her charity work. In her will, she ordered the release of all her slaves and female slaves to pay 10,000 aksh as fines for people who ended up in prison for debts of less than 500 aksh. 2,000 aksh Ayshe bequeathed to the poor, the sick and orphans in the capital. The rest of the money she bequeathed to the poor in the holy cities of Mecca, Medina and Jerusalem. A large sum was also allocated for the ransom of Muslim women taken captive.